everyone, it's Ed from Runnable. Yesterday I ran in the Puma Magmax Nitro and I wasn't blown away by it, to be honest. In fact, while I was running in it, I was kind of thinking, well, I'd rather be in some other shoes. And that got me thinking, well, maybe I should run in those other shoes just to make sure that I am being fair here. And one of those other shoes that I mentioned was the Hoka Skyward X, a favourite of mine. And I just wanted to see how it compares with the Puma Magmax Nitro and make sure that actually it's as good as I was remembering and that I wasn't being unduly harsh on the Puma shoe, because Puma shoe's got some good reviews. Lots of people like that shoe. I was just not getting much out of it, and I was thinking, yeah, I'd much rather have the Skyward X on at the moment, which does a similar job. The one caveat is it's £15 more expensive, so you have to work out in your own mind is having that convex plate and having that extra bounce, which I think I'm going to find when I use it, worth £15. For me, definitely is. If you're going to pay 170, you might as well pay 185 to get a better shoe, as far as I'm concerned. But we'll see. I'll give it a go. It may be I was looking in with rose tinted glasses, and now that the weather's got a bit gloomier, my legs feel a bit trash from the marathons. I'll feel that the Hoka Skyward X isn't as good either, but we'll find out shortly. So yeah, it's a video of me and the Hoka going Skyward X, baby. See you later. Bye bye. Oh yeah, before I go, sorry, I'm running to ASDA today in Southgate to pick up a pay-as-you-go SIM card for my daughter. You know, she goes to one of these schools that doesn't allow smartphones. Pretty good idea. So she has to have like a Nokia phone. The downside is hardly any SIM cards seem to work in these phones, but I think I found one in ASDA that works. So I'm going to use that opportunity to go for a run. And as I say always on my channel, if you've got the time, don't jump in your car, go for a run to the supermarket. You know, if you can do that, then obviously it's good in multiple ways. Good for your health, good for your mileage, and also good for the environment. So but that's enough lecturing for me, and I'll see you later. See you in ASDA even. Bye bye. So yesterday I had some not such great things to say about the Puma Magmax. Getting obsessed by my films there. Yeah, and I wasn't sure if I was being harsh actually, and I just wanted to try out another shoe that I think would be in that category of max cushion daily trainer, daily super trainer. One that you wouldn't necessarily want to go fast in, but one which would eat up the miles in comfort. And the shoe that I chose to compare, I could have chosen a couple actually, but the one I chose was the Hoka Skyward X, because I feel like it's the closest shoe to the Mad Max. I could have chosen the New Balance Fresh Foam More V5, but I felt that maybe that would be slightly an unfair comparison, both because that's a lot cheaper, it's at 140, and also I see that more as a kind of recovery run shoe. One where you definitely wouldn't necessarily pick up the pace at all in, and one where you know, if you went to go, you could do 20 miles, but I think the foam in that shoe might start to bottom out a bit, whereas I think the Skyward X and the Puma Magmax, the foam would be good for those 20-mile runs. It's about how comfortable and nice they feel over that distance. And that's the question, isn't it? Which one would I pick of the two? So let's think about some categories to pick from. So price, let's get that out of the way to start with. There's a £15 difference. Skyward X is 185, and then you've got the Magmax at 170. So everything you hear from me today, you have to caveat the fact that the Skyward X is more expensive, right? £15. Might not sound a lot, but still, it's a decent percentage of increase in shoe price. So that's something to bear in mind. Another thing to bear in mind is that the Skyward X has a plate, has a concave carbon plate. Some of you listening to the channel may not want to run in a plated shoe because of what often gets talked about, that they're not good for us, to run all the time in a plated shoe. And as this will be a shoe that you'll be running long mileage in, I think it's a consideration, right? In the same way that lots of people bought the Super Blast because there was no plate. Same thing here. So that's another caveat, that Skyward X is plated and that might put you off. In terms of things like weight and size, they're both pretty big shoes, to be honest. I'd say Skyward X is heavier and feels bigger. It also has a little bit more cushioning, not much. It's not much in it, I don't think. Definitely feels more cushioned. But yeah, it's pretty close, that one. And that's about it to get out of the way. So in terms of feel, already it's feeling like a nicer ride, the Skyward X. I think this foam is really nice. And again, this is Puma, this foam, as opposed to the Magmax, which I believe is supercritical EVA. So you would expect the Puma foam to be slightly nicer, more bouncy. And add the plate into the mix, and then you can start to see why Skyward X is such a nice bouncy ride. And again, it's going to come down to, do you like a shoe to feel fun and bouncy, or do you like it to feel a little bit firmer, still bouncy but a little bit firmer? And I'm not going to say natural, because neither shoe are natural, but less crazy, let's say. That is a consideration. So yeah, they're the two things I would consider, really. But already from this ride, I can tell you now, and I'm not the heaviest of people, so other people will engage this plate more than me. I'll tell you now, this is a nicer ride, and it's a bit more propulsive as well. I feel a bit bouncier. The bounce is more upwards than down, than forward, but still it's a nice bounce. Okay, so I'm going up a hill now, and this is where you start to feel how heavy this shoe is, and that is a consideration. The Puma Magmax is lighter, probably about 20 grams lighter, but the energy return is less, so I feel That is a big consideration when you're comparing these shoes. Yeah. God, this hill's killing me. It's not a nice hill. Let's get to the top. I think the primary use case for bow shoes is going to be like if you're marathon training, this is going to be your marathon mileage eater. It's going to eat up all those long miles, and it's going to do so protecting your feet, protecting your legs, providing that cushion, and it's going to make you, like, the next day your legs not feel terrible, which is a primary concern with these shoes. They have to protect you and make your legs feel okay. Otherwise, what's the point? You might as well use something that's got less stack and a bit more stable. So, talking of stability, both shoes I think are quite stable. Given their ginormous stack height, it's remarkable how stable both are actually. So I think it's scored pretty even there. So if we start to score it a bit, Magmax scores better on weight, scores better on price. In terms of stability, I'd put them about the same. Let's talk about grip on the outsole. Puma grip's going to win every day of the week over Hoka at the moment. So that's another tick for the Magmax. And this is unfortunately now where it starts to go wrong. In terms of comfort and that bump feeling, let's go comfort first. Skyward X wins that one. I'm not getting half the heel rub that I got in the Puma shoe yesterday. Nowhere near, even though it's not the best Skyward X. It's got like a high heel count, so it's a bit annoying. But that Puma shoe, that's one of the worst I've tried, to be honest, and it puts me off using it. So I have to see if it softens up over longer mileage, but it wasn't a good start. So comfort, definitely Skyward X. It's a plus shoe, nice tongue, nice material, feels great. Probably get a bit hot in the summer, but for this time of year it's great. That's comfort. Fun, I think fun should be a category on its own. Such a fun shoe. Skyward X, bouncy, nice. Puma foam is really nice and responsive. It's a unique shoe really, in the sense that they shoved a lot of stuff in here. It's a bit of a concept shoe that seems to work, and they've priced it, although it's expensive, they've priced it so it can compete with the Puma shoe. So Skyward X wins hands down for fun. It's a lot more bouncy, a lot more responsive. In terms of speed, I would have, if it wasn't for the extra weight, I would have said Skyward X because of the bounce. But I think I'm going to score them equal, because inevitably you'll be going to places where there's hills, and that's when you're going to see the Puma have the advantage, being a fair bit lighter. Looks, I don't like either of them, to be honest. I'm going to mark them the same. Neither are blow me away. I don't like the colours on either. So yeah, so I'm still in the same look wise. I don't think these are shoes you'd want to take down the gym. Although, weirdly, I have been to the gym in the Skyward X, and it is the only shoe that somebody's commented on in a good way that I've worn to the gym. So obviously some people like it. It just reminds me of a toothpaste brand called Aquafresh, the colourway, and yeah, it's not my favourite. And I don't really like the blue colourway of the Magmax either, and that weird kind of midsole blend of cream and yellowy green. So yeah, let's call that a draw. In terms of the purpose of the shoe, mileage eating, I'm going to score Skyward X slightly higher, with the caveat that I haven't done that many miles yet in the Puma. It's just my initial thoughts are that because I find it less comfortable, I'm going to find it even less comfortable over long mileage. Kind of stands to reason. I don't really, with the Skyward X, I could take this on a marathon and it wouldn't be a problem. In fact, because of its stability and how cushioned and nice it is, this could make a good ultra running shoe as well, depending on how fast you want to go. I mean, you might want to do the Prime X2 if you want to go fast, but if you just want to get to the end of an ultra, can't think of that too many better shoes than this, as long as it's not a really technical terrain. Then I'd go with something that's a bit lower stack, but otherwise it's a great shoe. Yeah, really good. So yeah, not much more for me to comment on. I think both are good shoes. I just feel like Skyward X will outperform the Puma Magmax in quite a few categories, and that's where you're going to see the biggest difference, I think. Comfort and fun, and being able to eat up the miles in a kind of nice, effective way. And look where we are. We're at ASDA. I've been rambling all that time and we got to ASDA already. Can you believe that? Now to negotiate this roundabout. Let's do that. It's always busy around here. Beeping, yeah. People who haven't got any patience. Probably partly to do with people who don't know how to go around roundabouts, but there you go. There's equal number of impatient people and bad drivers, so that's going to lead to beeping, I'm afraid. Where am I going? Here. Yeah, so all in all, it's got me here without even really thinking about it. My legs aren't good at the moment. There's something wrong with them. Don't know what it is. I think it's because I've got a bit of a cold and just generally feel like crap. I'm going to leave you now in case people get pissed off. See you later. Bye.